You're the regular. I'm the guest star. I can die and it's fine. It doesn't matter.
It's not fine.
No, it'll be dramatic and great. I plan to sacrifice my life for someone in this group who deserves it.
Spoilers.
Hopefully you don't fail at that too.
Just like we did.
Not for you!
Wow.
Not for you! Don't hug me. Okay, now not for you!
It's a hug-worthy moment. It's just a good day.
Only because of the dice, not because of your
Too late.
Yeah,
choices.
no, he's right. You can't back out.
Late.
Move on.
All right, come on, guys, just like we did in rehearsals.
This venturing party met as the second contract and were given the task to seek out and destroy and harvest pieces from a Rakshasa, a demonic entity that stems from the Nine Hells and apparently was somewhere in the city masquerading as the assistant to the owner of the Velvet Cabaret, an establishment for upper-class pleasure seekers. Upon splashing down into what appeared to be some sort of underground cistern or a collection of compost and refuse that had been just rotting food and all kinds of nasty stuff, the party pulled themselves up, now knee to nearly waist deep in this nasty substance, began to hear skittering and screeching sounds throughout the room, hundreds of small ones, while two large thorny tentacles jettisoned out of this call it a dung heap if you want, and pulled itself to the surface with a central body filled with teeth of one giant toothy maw, and that was where we left off. So, in the nature of that, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Natural 20.
Yeah, baby.
There
Just
you
two.
go. Nice.
Good start.
17.
I'll take it. That's 20 for me.
Well, I guess that just leaves me then.
Come on, Will.
Do it, baby.
2.
And they're up!
We pick up where we left off. We never left. It is.
All right, so as the skittering seems to go to a fervid frenzy, you can see masses and masses of extremely matted fur moving and quivering through this refuse as a series of rat swarms pour out of the edges of this giant dung pile. And where at the center, that giant entity has revealed itself to be a terrifying visage of some kind. You've read of this in quite a few tomes before in your travels. This is known as an Atiug. And it,
what? I'm sorry.
Atiug.
Oh. Nasty things. These
And-
Atiugs.
Usually riddled with disease. They're controlled garbage disposals for those who can keep control of them. Keyleth, you're up.
I just kind of take the tentacle that's grappled around me and I grab onto it and I cast Blight.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
45.
45 points of damage from Blight.
Yeah.
So this time, as the rats are swarming over you, you reach up your hands. They're glowing with the energies that you're drawing from this. You can see the actual air around her hands are beginning to turn black, and the air is beginning to be pulled in. What was once a very moist and warm vicinity gets strangely cold as now her hands embody the end of life. She grasps the tentacle, and the rats scatter as just the proximity grows. As you touch it, you can see now what was once the blight scarring begins to fill the entire tentacle, and as it turns, it hardens around you, almost like a brittle piece of concrete. The rest of its body, you see it begins to starts thrashing about. This tendril releases you, Tiberius, dropping you into the pile of refuse. As it reaches around to try and grasp its own tentacle, it breaks through its own arm. As it reels back, you fall onto your butt. The rest of the broken pieces of the Otog kind of crumbling into dust around you. You look up and see the creature as it attempts to back up. Each one of its legs pulling up against the one door that's partially buried in the far corner. It slams into the side as the blight spreads across its body. Its teeth begin to shatter and turn to dust within its mouth, which begins to slowly curl inward as it ages extremely rapidly in a short period of time. Suddenly, it slumps to the ground and joins the refuse of which it once came from. Torbjörn.
You were supposed to save something for me! There's a bunch of rats down here. Rats!
Walk faster.
So I'm gonna take my my axe and just try to kill as many of these things as I possibly can.
Cool.
So I swing my axe
All right.
I'm
And-
for the hearing impaired.
I roll a 2.
All right. So as you swing your axe for the first batch of rats, unfortunately, it's kind of hard to see where the compost
Sure is.
pile and the rats
I know.
separate. You clean through a bunch of the slimy mess, slinging a bunch of it against the wall, and actually kind of spatter a bit against Keyleth, who's behind you. Go for your next attack.
Very unhappy about that. Okay, 3. Okay, 3.
As you pull
How's that
back,
hole looking? It's a great hole, right?
you decide it's supposed to, a small swath. Let's make it a wider one, and your axe swings again.
Yeah.
This time you catch a singular rat,
Yeah.
but with the flat of the blade, and you just send it flying about 10 feet, where it comes back unharmed and joins the rest of its crew.
Getting warmed up!
And a 1.
No!
This can't be real! It can't be real! That is CG. That is computer generated.
Wow.
This time, in an angry fury that you are being stifled by what is essentially sewer rats,
Yes.
you lift your axe up in the air as one rat that has climbed up your pants bites you right in the crotch.
Don't do that. Okay. Yes, it does.
In pain, you drop the axe behind you and reach down, grab the rat, and tear it in half out of frustration. And
Yeah!
And I will give you a point of damage for that.
Point of damage. The rat bit through my metal codpiece.
It
there
stuck
any-
up past the small little gap there and ate through your leather breeches. And you are in severe pain,
Yeah.
nearing prone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, us dwarves are known for our dicks that are sensitive to rat bites.
This is true.
Well
They didn't put that in the
known.
player's handbook, but I think they're going to
Oh,
amend it
it's
soon.
it's canon in my game.
And with that, Torbjorn's turn is up.
Yeah, it sure is. Excuse me, I
Sean.
must inform the internet of my majesty.
You've had your dick bit by a rat, son. You're a man now.
Every dwarf when they hit the tender age of 30 has to wander waist deep into the rat pits. I think it's gone. Vax, you're up.
I'm just gonna throw. I'm staying safe up here. I'm gonna throw more daggers. So it's a sneak attack, but that's not good. That's 13.
It's a 13 that hits.
Oh, hey, rats.
Oh,
Rats
Okay.
are kind of easy to hit.
All right.
No, they're not.
Really easy to hit.
Usually they are.
Eventually, you pick off the remainder of the rats, and the swarm is dissipated.
Yay!
Nice.
Two ones that are stragglers,
Safety
realizing that
perch.
safety in numbers is missing, begin to curl their ways back underneath the piles they clung from originally.
Every second we're here, it's getting away.
I agree.
You're absolutely right. We're going in. When we're in there, you keep it busy, and I will carve it up. You ready?
I will keep it busy.
Try not to get your dick bit by a rat.
Kasha,
Yes.
how close are you to your god?
At one time, very close. Now, I don't think you'd want to be anywhere near her.
And which god is that?
My god is called Vesh, and I am the only one on the planet who has ever heard of her.
Oh.
She killed everybody else. Want to talk to her?
I mean, I don't.
No, neither do I.
Why did she spare you?
Because I'm her husband.
Oh. How is that like being married to a god? I'd say rather inconvenient.
And how does that happen?
You walk forward.
She married me at birth. My mother was told that I was a special child, which is why I had the yellow eyes. I had 2 when I was born. We were married at birth. She killed everyone in the village. On my 15th naming day, she came to consummate the marriage. I made the first 50 slashes on my right arm. She made the next 50 for a ritual called the Sting of the 100. When my blood mixed with her sweat, I gained all her memories. That's when I found out she was essentially the devil. I was raised as a healer because I wasn't just supposed to be her husband, but also her balance, because the universe couldn't accept somebody as black as her in it. I tried to kill her at 15. I haven't seen her since.
So it's not like you could ask for a favor, I suppose.
I suppose I could, but there's a good chance she'll kill you, me, and everyone around at the same time.
At this point in time, as you guys are having this conversation, you moved up and looked, and you can see there are two humanoids walking from this direction further down this hallway. The rest of you all make a stealth check.
A viewer whose chat name begins with a U. I won't identify this viewer in case this goes badly. Sent me these dice and
That's awesome.
said, "May they roll well." So I would like to apologize in advance for what is about to happen to this person's beloved dice.
What the hell is it?
It's a 15.
Those are cool dice. Oh,
Oh, look at that!
Wow.
It turns out that there are 2-digit numbers on these dice.
The guy walks into the room and looks back and forth. The one behind him steps forward into the room a bit. The other one steps behind him, looks about, looks from inside the room, looks over to your room. There's almost a glimmer of recognition in his eye, and continues walking past. You just start walking back the direction you guys came from. The other one.
I throw up a wall of stone. Boof! Right there.
Right there.
To lock them in.
That wasn't quiet.
Wall of stone goes up.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
How long does that last?
It's permanent.
Let's go.
You are said you're going which way?
Towards that other door that they did
This
not
here?
open. Yeah.
All right.
23 I rolled.
23. You approach the door. This door is locked.
Yeah.
Does not appear to be trapped.
Okay. Let's unlock it.
Okay.
That is a 21.
Okay. As you reach down to the lock and you place it, picks it inside, start fiddling. You look at the iron around it, and the actual metal seems to be frosting over. And you pull back your head, and as you exhale, your breath becomes visible, and the temperature seems to drop significantly. And as soon as you look up at the wood, something shimmers in the wood. And it's a face, a humanoid face that just kind of pushes out of the wood.
Can I use Uncanny Dodge to roll backward right now?
Right now,
Oh my god.
Do we see this happening? We can.
you guys are hearing his reaction to this. It just happened in the front there.
What?
I'm gonna go ahead and say sure.
Are there torches down this hallway?
That's a good.
So
yeah.
one of the hands comes through, reaching out for you. This ghostly arm just whoosh, swings towards you. And you
And I say, nope.
If I have everybody roll initiative.
Oh, again.
The one that swiped at you.
Yes.
As you dodge backward.
Yes.
It drifts forward. Its arms kind of reach out for you and attempt to pierce the front of your chest.
Yes.
Go ahead and make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. I will do that.
Keyleth, you do the same as the spirit just kind of suddenly,
A charisma saving throw?
yes, flickers and appears right before you.
11.
11.
Okay. 11.
Okay.
Ba 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 ba.
Team 11.
Ba 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 ba.
Good.
You guys, you guys watch
It's like a
as
ghost.
both of these ghostly entities completely slip into the physical form of Vax and Keyleth. Their bodies shudder for a second as their eyes glaze over. Both the entities are no longer visible. However, you feel the presence of a cold, invading mind full of anger and distant loss and rage fill your brain, and your body is not your own.
Sorry, guys.
Great. It's gonna be fun.
Suddenly, you see Vex
High five.
pull his daggers out, or Vax pulls daggers out, and turn around and look at the rest of the group. Keyleth, the same, turns around and kind of snarls at the rest of the group with this twisted grin.
Over here, Castle.
Yeah. Let's move.
Okay.
I want to go with Storm Dragon.
As you move back, Keyleth, you get an attack opportunity on him. Go ahead and roll an attack with your staff.
Sorry, Cashew. Oh, critical fail.
Oh.
I don't wanna.
That's right. I think she might like me.
As there is a mental struggle going on in Keyleth's mind, the swing has extreme intensity, and halfway through just streaks off and slams into the stone wall. Part of the staff splinters and breaks at the edge. It's still functional, but definitely took a hit in the wall.
Favorite staff.
You know that you've heard of certain creatures, ghosts can possess certain entities. When a creature is possessed, you know from your experience that it is very difficult to remove the possession unless it's through some sort of a ritual that forces undead away, or if the actual person is brought to unconsciousness in near death themselves. Brings us to Tiberius.
I take no pleasure in this. I cast Obelisk of Stone and crush him. Right? 31 points of damage.
I'm unconscious.
Somehow. Keyleth, you fall unconscious on the ground, forcing the spiritual entity out of your body.
Unless it
and
comes
I do
after
that.
one of us.
I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points to cook in the spell, and then cast Scorching Ray right at it.
Okay. Torbeer.
If I see this correctly, there's this spectral creature in front of me and my possessed friend to my left. Is that right?
Correct.
Is that?
Actually, Keyleth, make a saving throw.
I'm unconscious. Oh, right. Because I'm unconscious. 7.
Mark off a death saving throw.
And then I'm gonna make my third attack.
I'm gonna die.
That's it.
So, just so everyone knows that things have gotten back to normal.
The world is right again.
A brief spike.
Just Dance, anyone?
The third strike, you swing and you swear
Just
it's going right for the torso of Vax. And for a second, you almost want to restrain because you're afraid it's going to do before all of a sudden both daggers catch the axe in midair and kind of hold it before it shoves off the blade. That brings us to the cash.
Who is still can't move, correct?
You can't move closer. You do, however, you get your saving throw at the end of the turn to try and shrug off the fright. So go ahead and roll that.
29.
You slam your foot into the ground for a second and focus, and for a second, the divine energy kind of pulses through your body, and you let a little bit of Vesh's essence sleep into you, and against your better judgment, it gives you that sense of bravery to shrug off the fear you felt. And for a second there, you're like, as a healing cleric, undead should be afraid of you, and you remember that there's an ability you have called Turn Undead, where it may come in handy going forward. That ends your turn. Keyleth, make another saving throw.
Let's use this one. Let's use this one. This is a big shiny die. 17.
17, okay. So you're still unconscious. You don't need it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm good.
Torbeer, you're up.
I have a maneuver where if I hit a thing, I can hit a second thing. All right, well, let's just see if I hit. So I'm going to go ahead and try to hit Vax again.
Okay.
2's probably not going to hit him.
Oh my god.
Probably not going to happen. I mean, I'm thinking 2's probably not going to be. I mean, it's a total of 12, but I'm still pretty confident that 12
Against
doesn't hit
him?
him. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, it's
I'm pretty
not
sure that misses. Okay, good. So let's try again, okay? Because I get 3 attacks, right?
yeah.
So let's see here. Oh, a 4. Okay, so 4. Let's see. That's 14. So I mean, I'm thinking probably the 14's probably not going to hit him. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's just try one more time because
Third time.
come on, right?
We're gonna have to rest.
And that's a 7. So that's a 17.
Okay.
Tag.
Oh.
Oh, there we
You
go.
find
That's
purchase
it.
with your third strike with your axe.
Yes, of course I listen. I just need.
Kill that
Time
first
to
rat
warm
3
up.
hours ago.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking about my daughter.
Kashaw,
Okay. I'm gonna channel divinity, turn undead.
turn undead. Okay. As you reach up and grab your holy symbol, pulling it out from under your armor once again, clutching it tightly, you can feel the actual blood begin to pour from the inside of your hand. You're holding it so hard. And with a flash of extremely vibrant white light with this strange halo of pitch black that surrounds it, a force wave billows out from you throughout the hallway. For a brief moment, you see Vax look over and his eyes widen for a second as the blast wave hits him. The spirit is forced out of his body against the wall. It just pushes it out, and all of a sudden you have control of your form again.
I don't feel so good.
One against the wall, and they both kind of halfway slide again into the wall. They both have this severe look of fear on their face.
Yes.
That's going to end your turn. We've been doing that. Keyleth, make another saving throw.
8.
Second failed death saving throw for Keyleth.
Someone pump some life into me.
Tiberius.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop one of my simple potions.
Okay, just the level one?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll. That is 2d4 plus 2.
Okay. Take that one. That's 7.
7? Okay, you heal 7 hit points and come to consciousness on the ground. You can get rid of this. Nice.
Still 7 hit
Look around,
points.
your eyes kind of focus, and you can see now there's like these two glowing entities. The ghost that attacked, the one that was inside you, was now over against the wall and looks like it's kind of dissipating and is extremely frightened by something. All of you take a moment, stillness, as the spiritual entities seem to have vanished into the wall.
Oh, they left?
They left after he blasted them with his shockwave of positive energy. They just went into the wall and disappeared.
You told
You
me
scared them with positive energy?
Unfortunately, the only kind of energy I'm allowed to use most of the time.
Both of you guys, as you enter the room and your kind of darker vision looks out, you can see the room has that strong chemical scent, and parts of the wall have kind of crumbled and fallen into sections, kind of ruining this long kind of empty hallway. We can see there are elements of broken boxes and crates that have just been either sundered or removed or destroyed in the collapse. But what catches your attention too is a large portion of the floor seems to be lower than the rest of it. There is some sort of a liquid that has largely overtaken the entirety of this room. Something has seeped through from some unseen source and has slowly over time dissolved a large pit into the center of this hallway. This kind of dull yellowish green liquid now currently fills the entirety of the center portion of this hallway for a good, let's say about that distance there.
Okay.
Oh my.
Put my hand on Torbear's hand and guide him back out and shut the door and say, it's fucking acid in that room. You want to camp or do you want to just take a breather?
Just take a rest.
I need a proper
Actually, I have something that I think will make us all feel better. And I prepare a hero's feast.
We have those?
I do now. You guys, I've just had a near-death experience. I'm craving some lasagna. Okay, so I'm gonna make some of the best goddamn lasagna we've ever had in our life. I'm gonna spend $1,000. You make some amazing fucking lasagna.
What are dollars?
1,000 gold.
Oh, what's lasagna?
It's tribal food that have people make.
Some
It's vegetarian.
druid thing?
understand.
Sure.
She's spending the money, I'll eat.
So as you guys take a few moments to kind of tend your wounds and catch your breath, Keyleth finds a section of the center of this dank, dreary prison and concentrates, taking this gem-encrusted bowl and setting it in the center of the floor. As time goes on, you begin to see this strange shimmering energy in the center of the room. At the end of the ritual, she raises her hand in the air, and through a plume of whitish silver smoke that slowly dissipates, you can now see there is a long table. A very well-crafted table in the center of the room with chairs and benches and an extremely well-prepared, incredible-smelling meal. Just fruits and breads and meats all just strewn about this table in the center of this prison.
So after we eat all of this food, we are cured of all diseases and poisons. We become immune to poison and being frightened, and all of our wisdom saving throws have advantage. Also, our maximum hit points increase by 2d10.
For how long?
For 24
24 hours.
So is everybody good?
Yeah.
Anybody
Remember,
need
we
healing?
each have plus
I'm fine
2d12.
You sure?
I mean, you knew we were on a time crunch,
We
Tiberius.
have days left.
We were chasing him down a hall.
But we don't have an egg
pursuing
timer, he
him.
just ran down here. He could fly to Timbuktu. Go to Craghammer. Hang out with Johnny Craghammer.
I like Johnny Craghammer.
Johnny Craghammer. Loved his
Long
band.
story, Cash.
I once knew someone who met a bad fate in acid. I would prefer to not encounter it myself.
Yes, I agree.
He was a good man.
I heard he was brave. Very brave.
I never heard about this. How did you hear about this?
He was a good man who was murdered by the gods.
It is legend.
The acid guy is legend. All right.
Oh, wait.
Do you not need it? Then everyone.
We brought the flying carpet with us. It's in your bag of holding.
You have a flying carpet.
Oh, yes.
Well, there's that. I mean,
That would be helpful to fly over things like pools of acid.
Why don't we pull that out?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
So pulling forward, you, as you come around through the sections of the wall that are collapsed and rubble, you notice that there are some sigils like in the wall, like 2 foot high, kind of carved stone sigils about 5 feet ahead of you guys. There's one on each side.
let's keep going.
You push forward. You get about here as you're passing through the 2 sigils, and there's a flash from the sigils. They just glow bright, and it's almost like 2 flash bulbs go off from side to side.
That can't be good.
You stop.
And
The carpet dips.
Yeah, don't stop. Keep going. Keep
As
going.
in, the carpet goes limp.
Oh my
I
god.
cast fly.
Okay. As the carpet goes limp, you all begin to plummet forward. You need to go ahead and make a concentration check.
Oh my god.
Sweet.
It's with your Constitution modifier.
16.
16?
Bastard.
Okay. So you cast Fly multiple times. The spell continues, or people begin to lift up, and then the spell fades. There's something about these sigils
It's like
that is
anti-magic.
canceling magic.
I go eagle.
Okay, you go eagle form. Keyleth catches herself before plummeting inside and goes giant eagle form, kind of gliding past without an issue. So, Torbir and Tiberius make it onto that small platform and barely catch yourself before plummeting into the liquid. However, Brother Cash, you enter the, and it's about waist deep from where you hit and impact. And immediately you feel just this horrible corrosive burning sensation. You, grabbing the carpet, lift and drift and come down into the section. This section has eroded more, and you are about to go up to your shoulders.
Okay.
And immediately the 2 of you suffer 18 points of acid damage.
I'm wearing acid-resistant armor.
So you take 9 points instead. You, however, are submerged in the liquid now.
Am I under?
You completely, like, you're having to tread. If you're
Underneath?
holding, you are now underneath. Yep, you are completely
Is the
submerged.
carpet with me?
Carpet is with you.
Under the acid.
It is currently in the
Well,
acid.
that
with
did
you.
not work.
No.
You've reach over and grab him by his.
Grab the carpet. Grab the carpet with you. Cash. Cash.
He
Grab
reaches
the
out and
carpet.
grabs his hand, grabs the carpet even though it's sizzling.
The carpet takes
Not my day.
16 points of acid damage. As you're pulling him out, it's taking your turn to pull it out as opposed to try and escape from that point. You take another 15 points of acid damage. Until eventually you're pulled out from the entire pool and carried over to the other side, and then dropped on the other side. Both of you guys pulling the carpet out. Partially, the carpet itself, its color has dampened. Portions of the corners of the carpet are dissolved, and you can see the liquid that's on it is still eating away at the actual fibers of the carpet.
Well, I guess I'm swimming through acid then.
And you can try and get on there, but you probably push somebody else off.
No. I'm just gonna start wading towards the other side.
Okay, athletics roll. It is a very thick kind of loopy liquid.
That's alright, because I rolled a 19, so that is
No.
a total of 21.
21. That'll be enough to get you just towards the edge and you pull yourself out onto the side of the stonework. Taking a final be 13 points of acid damage, half because of your armor. You take 7.
Snake man.
On the side, both you and Kishar are like touching yourself, wiping it off of the parts of the flesh, and you can see there's scarring on your skin from where the liquid began to dissolve some of the flesh in the outer layers.
Shit.
Eagle! Hey, Eagle!
Just gonna swoop over.
There you go.
You grab Torbeer?
Actually, eagles sound like shit. They use like a raptor or something like that. Eagles don't actually sound like that. Eagles are actually like.
Right, they use an actual raptor sound. They record from the wild.
Something like that. I don't know.
They all carry tiny little microphone things right here.
They have to construct eagle noises in post.
It's all part of the great Eagle conspiracy.
It's all Foley. Everything with an eagle.
Come on.
Frank Welker is the sound of every eagle that's ever been out there.
I saw this great documentary about it on YouTube.
Giraffes, foxes, eagles.
Eagles. It's all Frank Welker.
Yeah.
Every other animal.
And
Bradley Baker.
T. Bradley Baker.
BD. You finish assembling the mending wheel. You take the flying carpet and you set it on there. The wheel begins to rotate, and as it does, the carpet kind of curls up, almost like a heat to a hair. It kind of just curls up on its own and begins to formulate this small cluster of material. You can see where a lot of its vibrant color is gone and left with dark, charred, and partially eaten away cloth and cotton. I'm going to ask you to make an Arcana check to attempt to use your concentration and knowledge of magic enchantment to maintain it.
18.
18? Versus the... Okay. As the wheel spins and spins, you can see as the color is fading and fading and fading, the spark of enchantment in the carpet sputters and sputters. And then the threads of the flying carpet begin to reattach and reform, and areas where the damage to the carpet begin to ravel back out into a fully functional formed carpet. The mending wheel eventually comes to a stop. The spokes of it collapse inward, and the carpet unfurls, a solid, seemingly untouched piece of material.
Cool.
A mundane carpet.
Oh. Well, that could have gone better.
It was a nice carpet.
It's a waste of fucking time. Let's press on.
I'd like to mass cure wounds first.
Okay.
Fuck.
Vex is gonna kill us.
Yeah.
Who's that?
My sister.
Oh god, we just heard them scream from the other room. Oh my god.
On a delay, they just so ready.
Yeah, they did. We're sorry.
30
Half of the
seconds.
party.
We're gonna
die.
kill us.
20 seconds after it happened, and we heard them scream from out there. We're moving, and I follow.
Okay. You step through a 15-foot corridor that immediately opens into another room that has a small kind of lower, as the last word term, a foyer area, and a slight step up into a large, contained room. And in the center of the room, there is a 10-foot tall stone statue that stands before you.
Turn to a religion check on the statue.
You may, very much so.
18.
18. You recognize very clearly from your religious studies and your travels, this is Dispater, who is one of the archdevils of the second layer of hell, also known as the Iron Duke, and is considered a master of politics and manipulation. It's at this point that you, as you're all kind of assembled, and you hear a voice echo through the room. It starts off as this low, kind of simmering growl. I ask you all this question. Why do you hunt Hotis?
Why do you come seeking me dead so fervently that you would continue past such terrible losses and dangers?
Looking around the room, you see no source of the voice. It seems to be either omnipresent or loud enough that the echoing of the walls doesn't give away any location.
Our hand is forced. We are bound by contract. I do not personally wish to be here.
What if I could tell you, this contract you are bound to, that there are ways of getting around such magics? You could try and kill me, and you may very well destroy me, but I'll be back. Or we could choose to make a deal. And I would say, as part of this deal, perhaps we could do some business down the road.
I'd like to make an insight check and see if I can just get a sense of how confident
Go for
he
it.
feels.
20 motherfuckers!
I want to know everything about him. I want to know his parents' name. I want to know his social security number. I want to know what his bank account balance is, and I want to know his Ashley Madison password.
I want him dead. I want his house burned to the ground.
As you're all taking in the still and very creepy omnipresence of this Fotis character, you, in hearing the voice, it is a very trained voice. This is an individual that has spent the entirety of their life manipulating and toying with the emotions, minds, greed, and goals of others to get its desires itself, both self-preservation and the progressive expansion of its own territory. You can tell in its voice there is a hint of fear and a very, very heavy coating of words that are very well practiced and silver-tongued. But you gather that there is very, very little intent to follow through on its side of the bargain, and everything is designed as misdirection to send whatever it's made a deal with to its eventual doom.
It dies in this room. Do you hear me? You die in this room.
Both Keyleth and Vax, you looking around the room, it is still, there's a little hint of movement, and you look over and at the statue itself, there's a little glimmer of something shift. You see what appears to be this amulet or necklace of some kind that was resting around the statue vanishes.
Oh, son of a bitch. Can I want to cast fairy fire in that direction, like right where I see the glimmer.
Okay. First off, everyone roll initiative.
Oh, shit. Alright.
Just in case anyone was worried, if you thought perhaps we'd slipped into some sort of odd parallel universe where I was competent or in any way able to do anything, just to let you know
What'd you
that
roll?
we are in fact in the same reality, I did just roll another one. Oh, God! I can fly!
Oh my god. There is a brief shimmering, and you see across the room a form appear in the far corner. You see immediately this humanoid figure appear. Long reddish robes, humanoid body, but the head itself is this dark gray feline, tiger-like entity. This long, pronounced feline snout, big fangs dripping from it, long whiskers, this sadistic grin on its face. The amulet that was once adorning the statue now around its neck. Where its hands are, you can see the hands are actually backwards and upturned in these nasty-looking claws. And it continues and releases its hands in some sort of arcane form.
Rakshasa!
And with that, at the same time, one of the nearby larger armored pieces of armor comes to life and steps forward. You can now see there is a large humanoid form that is built out of a giant breastplate with the shoulder pauldrons, a helmet, and these giant stone-like fists and feet that come lunging forward. Portions of its body are made up of like a thick leather or wood structure. As it comes bursting forward, it kind of brings its fist up for a second, and there's a small gem that's embedded in one of the stone fists. And you can see it's kind of pulsing with stored energy. It puts the fist forward as the Rakshasa in the background, as Otis instructs it and points forward towards you guys. It puts the fist forward. The gem glows red and then releases a very familiar looking little bead of red energy.
Is it a spell? Do I recognize that as a
It is
spell?
a spell.
Is that a disintegration ray?
Counter spell.
You've already used your reaction this turn.
Damn it.
As you guys look over and see this, as the red beam comes and hits the back wall and detonates in a large fireball blast that
It's a fucking
encapsulates
fireball.
the entire opposite
I'm
side
using
of the room.
evasion. I'm just gonna
Son
hit
of
the
a
ground
bitch.
and roll.
Okay, so that'd be a dexterity saving throw for all of you.
Ooh, yeah! Natural 19.
Oh.
19.
7.
7, fail.
19.
19,
24.
24.
You got a
Well,
one.
I mean, I know what you're
You got a
thinking.
one, you
You're
got a
thinking,
one.
oh, clearly I haven't touched my die. Because the last time I rolled my die, it had a 1 on it. But in fact, I did roll another 1.
I feel like we're this close to starting the apocalypse. Like with, with each one that you roll, like
One small black hole is getting a little bit bigger in the universe.
yeah. Or like somewhere deep beneath the Vatican, there's like some monk who's running around screaming as all like their artifacts are cracking in half.
Yeah, they are.
Alrighty, that brings us to Torbeer.
Am I close enough to charge up and hit that guardian?
You could, I'd say, make them. Well, you could probably leap over these other pops. Yeah, you could do that.
I would like to do that.
Okay. You leap across. You kind of grin and bearing as you just dodge over the bits of acid, kind of cringing as
I'm
as you-
accustomed to failure.
and you rush up to the side with your axe, and
So I'm going to make my first. I'm going to use my. So I'm going to use an action surge. Does that mean I get to do 6 attacks?
Oh!
That's gonna be 6 points. Go for it.
Right. Okay. So here's attack.
Pooper.
Aha! That's a 2.
all right.
Sorry, I just
You
didn't hit that
you
guy.
hit the side of its armor, and just ping, deflects off the side with a loud ringing sound.
Attack number 3 is a 3. This is a precision attack.
Okay.
So I use the superiority die and I add it to my damage roll. Right? Did I read that right?
That's added to your attack.
Son of a bitch. All right, then I'm just gonna roll regular damage.
Okay.
Bad motherfucker.
That's 1 plus 6 is 7.
7 damage.
7. That's
All right.
my 5th attack.
Yeah, you have 2 more.
That's another 1.
Hotis, who is unhappy and next to you, is going to glance at you, Vax. You see this time it's going to go ahead and it pulls itself back in with this kind of grin. It catches your eye, and there's a slight shine to its connection there, and as it whispers something under its breath. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, but with advantage.
With advantage because of the meal sheet.
I'm so glad I made such a hearty meal.
15.
15 total.
Yeah.
All right.
God damn it.
For the second time in a row, your mind is not your own.
Oh, for the love of...
I will kill you all.
You feel the will of the Rakshasa take your mind as you are dominated by it. It is now your turn.
Yeah, who am I gonna cut?
Rakshasa
Everybody.
is going to send you up behind. Cass, go ahead.
Let's cut the guest visitor, because really. I mean, really?
It makes sense. Someone comes in and heals the party and is closest to you and has no idea that you're
You're in the
currently turned
credits,
against the rest of your allies.
Sure, let's
Go ahead and
do
make an
it.
attack on him.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
attacking him.
He's
No,
attacking
he's
you.
attacking
you,
you.
bro.
Suck.
And I'm hasted. My boots are hasted. I love you, Rakshasa. Okay, so that first one hit for 8. The second one is a natural 20.
Okay.
You're already cut up. You don't even
Killing
know.
our clerics.
So first one was 8 damage.
First one was 8
So
damage.
you took 8 damage
Okay.
in the first strike.
Sorry, it's
Okay.
not sneak attack, so it's not the worst it can be.
It's not the worst it could be. Thanks. I'm not stabbing you the worst I
Dice
could.
times 2 plus 1.
That was my life-stealing dagger, and on a natural 20, I get the 10 hit points that I cut from him, or whatever I get, I guess. No, I get it. So I get 1.
Do it without the smile. Do it without the little smile.
I haven't cut anything today.
Just do it without the tiny little smile.
That was 7.
This man, dude,
Just
cool.
double the 14.
So as he just eviscerates you with the daggers, most of the armor's absorbing a lot of the blows, and you're kind of like feeling the impact. And one of them catches you in the side, and you feel the poison pulse in your system, but your physical body just shuts it down, and you feel yourself.
Damn good
Unaffected.
lasagna.
And I want to just.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And I want to look at him and go, "Why are you smiling the whole time?
He's putting out my face. I gotta help it.
The whole time you're smiling."
I'm so guilty.
Your turn. Go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw with advantage to try and resist.
With advantage. Yeah, I can cut that
I
cat.
can't even do the math.
19 or 5. So I'll take the 19 plus his 21.
You've resisted the effect. Domination fades.
Oh man, I feel so bad about that.
You don't. I don't buy that face at all. I don't buy it at all.
The Rakshasa finishes like scanning the room for a second and says, "Well, this has been a lot of fun. I appreciate this little scuffle. However, I have other business to attend to. And looking at the best of you, at least I know where to hit you all the hardest. I know you have a father you seek. I know you have family in Draconia. I know you have a sister that is not too far from here. And you, I know you have one you hold dear to your heart. I can now see your mind, see their faces, and I will see them soon. However, I must say adieu." And it begins to
Tiberius.
4th level counter spell.
Tiberius!
let me double check one thing real fast. This will make or break the circumstance, really.
Actually, as a matter of fact, no. 6th level counter spell.
6.
You will
Please
go
make sure he
nowhere.
does not fucking leave. Please make sure he does not leave.
All right.
That's all I can know.
We go to 11.
All right. It is a 7th level spell. So let's go ahead and roll. I will say you have advantage on this because you were expecting and waiting for this. So go ahead and make your first roll.
Come
Yeah,
on,
one
come
roll,
on.
one at a time.
Come on. Okay.
Plus
okay.
19.
19. All right.
The first one.
Come on, 20.
Oh, take that 19.
19.
19. All right. So to counter this spell as a level 7, you needed to roll 17 or higher. As you are targeting the spell, not the Rakshasa itself, the spell as you can see, there's now it's forming into shimmer, and you see a small gate begin to open around its form. You, as a reaction, reach up and unleash your torrent of countering arcane energy. It hits this opening gate. The gate then fluctuates and shuts, at which point the Rakshasa goes, and for the first time really in this entire battle, looks genuinely scared.
Fucking kill it!
You were saying something about my sister?
No one threatens a goddamn Stormwind!
What he said.
That brings us to Vax's turn.
Come on, Vax.
Dagger,
Don't
dagger,
let
dagger.
this bitch leave.
I'm going to use. He's not paying attention to me. Can I go use my bonus action to go stealth? He's not
You're
looking?
partially obscured by the statue, so you can do that.
With advantage. Come on, you fucking motherfucker. That is 28.
Okay.
And I'm throwing daggers at the back of his head.
Throw daggers.
Yes, that is a 27.
Yeah.
My head right now.
Do we call that sneak attack?
He did not see you stealth, actually. Yeah, he did not roll line of perception, so you have sneak attack on him.
I'm out of alcohol. It's the worst time to be out of alcohol.
Druid needs booze badly.
30.
Damn it.
30 damage?
30 damage.
Oh,
Open doors.
nice. Yes, dagger, dagger.
How do you want to do this?
I've got the dagger in my hand, right? I see him flying away. I'm just crouched down. I flip it over to the blades in my hand. I don't go fast, I just take my time, pull back, throw it harder than I usually do. Through its neck. Out the front.
The dagger hits it in the back of the neck and the spine. It doesn't quite cut through the spinal column, and you see it comes out the back of the front of the throat. The spell falters, falls to the ground, taking a serious impact fall, and is now like dragging itself towards the exit of the room as you start walking up to collect your blade. It brings up its hands and starts trying to cast the spell. And causes this big old pool of blood on the ground.
Grab it by the ear and lift its head back. Talk about my sister again.
With a spray of crimson across the ground, this horrible sucking sound, you pull back the head as the life force of the Rakshasa comes spraying across the stone floor as you release it and leave it to the ground with the last bit of life left in its body as it slowly flees its form. You hear this chuckle.
Find you.
And then I boot it into the acid.
No! No! The eyes! Stop it! The eyes, damn it!
The body tumbles into the acid.
No!
As you guys run over.
No!
Pull it out.
Thinking!
Okay, I go over to it and I use my book, bust out my book, and I start harvesting all the parts we need.
And I'm gonna take my dagger out and I'm gonna shave a lot of his the trimmings from his fur and his whiskers. Okay. I'm gonna take those.
People are sick.
You currently have a vial of Rakshasa shave scum. I don't know.
Seriously.
It's shaving yak.
Torbeer, you want the taint? There's tons of magic in it.
Yes. My dagger. I take the jeweled dagger and I walk down to the corpse of the Rakshasa and I take the dagger and I drive the dagger through one of the eye sockets and I say, "You will never harm my daughter."
Cool. The dagger is left there as a proclaimant, and all of you feel the weight behind that whispered statement and decide it might be best to leave that dagger where it sits. You've gathered your
Let us
quarry.
conclude our business.
Do you wish to walk into the center of the Velvet Cabaret covered in various fluids?
Fuck yes, we do.
I think absolutely.
All right,
Yeah.
you guys, poof, the door slams open and you all step into the center of the Velvet Cabaret. As you do, two of the guards turn and see you exit. Hey, what are you doing? And they kind of go for their blades in the side.
Seriously.
I just turn around and go like,
You really don't want to do that, friend. Trust me, please.
Make an intimidation.
oh, what was that? 14?
14. He rolled a 3. He looks to the other guy. As long as you're leaving.
That's exactly what brings you draconian again.
Trevor just keeps
On our
walking.
way.
It's the sword, and they all kind of give a wide berth. You hear the music playing, and everyone's kind of laughing. As you guys enter the room, the music comes to a stop.
As we, right before we leave, I turn and I just have a piece of fur, a piece of pelt from the Rakshasa, and I throw it at the guard's feet, and I say, "Here, it's what's left of your boss."
Steps back for a second. Some of the other patrons who are watching this kind of some look scared, some look intrigued by this whole sudden arrival of strange warriors covered in various ichor. Watching as you step out, swarm up and look at the face, and one of them goes, they killed some sort of tiger. Well, that's kind of nice. And it's like, so, like, when one's watching, it says, I bet they bought that down at the market. The guards just kind of take it and lift it up with a blade and kind of look strangely, and you see coming out of the far corner, the bashful owner of the establishment that you had previously knocked unconscious kind of looks out, not wanting to engage, just watching you as you leave with a look of fear on his face. You step out into the thoroughfare, close the door behind you, back into the Quad Roads district, making your way towards Slayer's Take Guildhall. You step inside, and there, across the way in mid-conversation with his wife, is Merton talking to the huntmaster, Vanessa. As you enter, they both turn with a look of excited surprise and...
Well, I assume that this means the contract went well, right? Huh?
It's done.
Take a canvas bag and I plop it on the table full of the Rakshasa bits.
He shows it to the huntmaster and she kind of glances down with a smile.
Very good. I'm glad that we gave you such a trusted member as your overseer. You did well, Torbjörn. Thank you for your efforts in keeping these fledglings alive.
One more insult, madam, and you will find your whole establishment on fire.
Tiberius.
I'm not moved.
It's not meant as no insult. I'm sorry, perhaps you do not understand that we speak with terms of endearment.
Oh, well, in that case, I take it as a compliment.
Very well. To be paid out in full and scattered amongst your party as you see fit.
And our counterparts, the rest of our party, have they returned? Have they checked in yet?
Not yet. They are still out at the moment. They've been gone for about as long as you have been. You return faster than they have. Let us hope that they are safe. But I have faith that they seemed very intent on completing this without issue. So I would not be too worried. I will notify you upon their return, though.
Please do.
Where are you staying?
Where are we staying?
I thought as members of the Take you got to stay here.
You could if you like. We have room. And technically, as it is contract, you are all officially members of the Take. So you may stay here if you wish. We shall hold off the ceremony for when the rest of your team arrives.
If the rest of this team is half as good as these members, the Take has grown much stronger this day. They're worthy.
She crosses her arms, and her usual kind of jovial, passive attitude grows a little more stern. She gives a nod of genuine respect towards Torbjörn. And for the first time, really, even returning this, the first time she looks about the rest of you with a look, a slightly intense look of really understanding the essence of strength between and behind each of you. I believe you are correct. I think there will be great things ahead for us. Welcome to the Slayer's Take.
You can split up my take amongst them. I take it my obligation has been fulfilled.
It has.
You know I have no desire to stay.
If you insist, but you know that whenever you come back to our little humble abode, you always have a place to stay and work at your disposal, Brother Cash.
Thank you. He turns and looks at the rest of his party. Well, it's certainly been interesting.
It has been a pleasure and an honor, Cashel. You as well, Torbjörn. You are brave warriors, and will do well in the Draconian Knights. That's where
Thank
I'm
you.
from.
Stormwind.
Oh, you said my name right.
And you might be the most annoying person I've ever met in my life. With that, he grabs her around the waist, pulls her in, and plants one right on her. Turns, winks, walks out of the room.
Torbjörn sighs heavily and is annoyed.
Very well. Welcome to the Slayer's Take.
And with that, we'll close this evening's session.
What a butt moment.